I'm gonna give you a tremendous piece of advice that too many people that are ideological and don't actually play in the game push against, but I believe in it the most.
Whatever it is that you want to get known for, whatever it is you want to start making money with, show it to me publicly for free.
People decide often that they want to start a company before they even decide what they want to do. And that just feels really backwards to me. And
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you as well. You've got Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Gary Vaynerchuk. Also, if you want to have more confidence and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
In a success world, please understand that success is happiness, not net dollars in.
I'm an aspiring chef. I'm in culinary school right now. I'm trying to make a side hustle sharpening knives.
I love this idea. I'm gonna give you a tremendous piece of advice that too many people that are ideological and don't actually play in the game push against, but I believe in it the most. You should go sharpen knives for 5 restaurants for free.
For free, okay.
Yep. Like I spoke for free for the first 13, no, I actually got paid for the first one because that's how it also, for 13 of the first 15 times I ever spoke, I spoke for free, including paying for my flights. It's one thing to do free work, it's another thing to do free work with heavy strategy. When I do free work, I try to think of 2 things. How much exposure is it? Like Tyler will tell you, sitting right here, one of the only times I still do free work is if it's massive exposure. There are 49,000 people in the audience. I'm like, it's a lot of exposure. You know, like it's live on, you know, it's during the Super, like I'll pay somebody to put me in a Super Bowl commercial, right? Like when I get exposure, or, and that's where I'm at now, for you, when you pick these 5 restaurants, let it be the biggest restaurants in your 30-mile radius. Let it be the kindest. Let it be somebody who has the biggest Instagram following, and maybe like, whether, you know, you never want to give with expectation, but it's okay to ask. You're like, hey, I'd love to sharpen your knives for free. And then like you get in there and the vibes are feeling good. Maybe you're like, hey, listen, like, I hope you enjoyed it. Like, wouldn't mind to take a picture for my Instagram, which then makes them say, oh, we'll put you on our Instagram. Like, you can be thoughtful and do it the right way, but if nothing else, if you do it for free for 5 people, you've established that you do it. Word of mouth is a remarkably fascinating thing. Strategic free work is one of the great moves in our society.
The free leads you to the paid. If you have no momentum, no traction, no clients, then start for free. Prove your worth and build momentum. Give them something they can't wait to have again and pay for this time. The goal isn't to do free forever, but the free gives you the thing that you're missing the most, which is momentum in your business. So I'm pre-launching my book right now, Built to Serve, and people who buy the book in pre-order also get access to my private Facebook group where I help people one-on-one every week. And so the guy that I had on last week is a coach. He's a health coach. He wants to help people make transformations to their health because he made a radical shift in his health as well. And I said, great, well, how are you doing right now? Well, I have a couple clients, but I'm still working at a restaurant. I want to be able to leave that so I can focus on this full time. Awesome. If you're a coach, what I need to see you is coaching. I need to see you coaching people. What I'd love to see now is an Instagram Live regular show. And what do you do on your Instagram Live? You bring on people who need help being coached through a health transformation. Because it's one thing to say, I'm a coach and I help people get these results. It's another though to actually see people change. To have you go live with them one-on-one and help them bust through their limiting beliefs and their mindset and the issues that they're dealing with. And then to come out on the other side, by the end of the call, feeling hope, feeling invigorated, feeling inspired. Because people will watch that and say, man, I want a result like that. They see themselves in the client that you're helping, and they then want it for themselves. Now, you get 2 versions. One will be free people. One will be like, can you do me? I'll take it for free, which is great. Don't say no, don't get discouraged, don't get upset. You want the free because the free gives you the content. And so if they're willing to come on and do live on Instagram with you for free, then you do it. And there'll be other people who say, hey, I love what you're doing. I need a radical transformation in my health as well, but I don't want to be on Instagram. I don't want to make it public. Can I hire you privately? Bingo, right? That's what we're looking for. That's when you start getting paid. The free leads to the paid. Whatever it is that you want to get known for, whatever it is you want to start making money with, show it to me publicly for free. And if other people want it publicly for free as well, then it's a yes, especially at the beginning when you have no momentum and no clients and you're working some job that you hate. Yes, for free, yes. One, you get better at it because the more you do, the better you'll get. And two, you're building momentum and people start talking about you. And then you get to the people who will see it and say, I want that person. I want to hire that person. And any repeat people, if they want more, they want coaching session number 2, it's paid. Here's how much it costs. The free leads you to the paid. So how can you do it? I'm gonna give you a 3-step process that you can follow. Step number 1 is think, who can you help? Who specifically can you help? Like, who are the people that you wanna help? So for me, it'd be entrepreneurs. If you are a makeup artist and you're just doing it for yourself, or you have some job that you hate and you have no aspiration of being an entrepreneur, I might be able to help you a little bit, but it's not my core audience. I wanna help entrepreneurs. Who are the people specifically that you want to be helping? So in the case of the guy who was in my insiders group, he started off just saying that he was a transformational coach. Okay, great, but that could be anything. Everybody needs a transformation. Everybody, the whole world needs a transformational coach. Who? Because if you can't tell me exactly who it is that you help, then I can't think of who I can refer you to. You're making it too difficult on people. If you serve everybody, then you serve nobody. So who are you helping? He's like, well, I love helping people who need a big transformational change in their health, because that was me. Awesome. Now it's more specific. Step number 2 is, what specifically will you do? How do you help? Are you gonna coach me through a process? You're gonna meditate with me? You're gonna give me, a product that will help me? What specifically will you do? And so with my friend who was in the group, he was saying that he wants to do coaching calls. He coaches people. They don't have to be face-to-face. It can be anywhere in the world as long as he can see them. Great. So that's specifically what you do. You have your methodology, you have your steps. Makes you seem like an expert and you kind of know what you're doing, right? You create your own methodology. Say, here is how I can help people get a result from the problem that they're coming in with. And in step number 3 is think, how can you make it public? You need them to get a result. You need this specific person with this problem to come in. You're gonna help them. You're gonna help them get a result. And I wanna see them get a result. And then how can you make it public so that other people can see it too? So that it's not just you talking about how you had this great result, but it's them in a public forum. So if I see them getting a result, I'm gonna think, I'm just like that person too. I wanna contact you and hire you and bring you on board my team, because I want, for me, what you just did to that person. So who can you help? What specifically can you do? And then how can you make it public? Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know who are 10 people that you're gonna reach out to today to volunteer to do free work for. And if you like this video and you promise to take some action after watching it, we don't just watch videos anymore, we do work after it. Give me a hashtag believe in the comments to make that commitment to yourself that you're gonna do something.
I built the first version of Facebook because it's something that my friends and I wanted to use at Harvard, a directory and a way to connect with the other people around us. And I didn't think at all that it was gonna be a company. I remember very specifically the night that we launched the first version. I went out to get pizza with a couple of my friends who now work here, and I remember really clearly we were talking about how one day we thought that someone was going to build a community like this for the world, and that would be some company, but it clearly wasn't going to be us. I mean, it wasn't even.
It didn't even occur.
Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't even an option that we considered that it might be us. I mean, we just weren't focused on building a company back then. We were just building something that we thought would be useful at our school. With Facebook, there was just such, people loved it, right? And had such an intensity of using it. I think within a couple of weeks, 2/3 of students at Harvard were using it. And all these other students at MIT and other local universities were writing in asking us if we could open up Facebook at their school. So we kind of just followed that, right? And again, I didn't set out, and my roommates didn't set out to to build a service that we were going to turn into a company, but we just kind of followed what people wanted, and that led us to expand it to all these other schools and eventually beyond schools, and to, you know, at some point, once we'd hired a bunch of people, we decided to turn it into a company and go for this mission of connecting the world. The best companies that get built are things that are trying to drive some kind of social change, even if it's just local in one place. You know, more than starting out because you want to make a bunch of money or have a lot of people working for you or build some company in some way. So, you know, I always think that this is kind of a perverse thing about Silicon Valley in a way, which is that, you know, people decide often that they want to start a company before they even decide what they want to do. And that just feels really backwards to me. And, you know, for anyone who's had the experience of actually building a company, you know that you go through some really hard things along the way. And I think part of what gets you through that is believing in what you're doing and knowing that what you're doing is really delivering a lot of value for people. And that's, I think, how the best companies end up getting made.
The reason that I think my stuff has grown, and I'm not trying to be braggadocious in this regard, my content's good. Like, my content is stuff that could really affect you and change you. I'm not going to tell you 1,100 times and get you money. I'm not going to tell you to be kind 1,100 times and just repeat myself, or binary and all this stuff. The guys just keep repeating themselves. And it's mindless information. I don't even understand how they have following, to be honest with you. It's like, I've heard you say this same thing 2,000 different times, whereas I'm trying to keep my content fresh, relevant, inspirational, but also strategic. And that's not knocking people. It's just, I think you do this very well. Like, if you're going to be in this space, really bring value to people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If people are going to follow you, give them value and inspiration for the privilege of them following you. So I feel an obligation to try to create stuff daily when I can to move someone's life forward.
Evan, thank you so much for having a couple seconds and being able to tell the Believe Nation a little bit about Empathy Wines. It means a lot to me that you would take this valuable real estate and time on your channel to give me some love. It means a lot. It's just good karma points, and so you're awesome. Thank you. Believe Nation, if you're into wine at all, go to empathywines.com. My whole career's work was poured into producing a wine that rivaled $40 to $60 wine for $20 a bottle. I'm just super excited about this subscription-based wine business. You can order 3, 6, or 12 bottles in subscription form: rosé, white, red. If you search on Instagram or Twitter, you will be blown away. People are literally like, I don't even like GaryVee, but the wine's good. Super proud of the effort. Thanks, Evan, for the time. Wishing you guys all happy and healthy.
If you want Gary Vaynerchuk's advice on how to know if you are a true entrepreneur or not, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
If you're a purebred entrepreneur, you love the dark clouds.